Let me pose an unusual yet profound question to you. If I handed you $1 million business idea right this moment, would your brain even have the capacity to recognize its potential and act on it? Many assume that wealth hinges on hustle, relentless effort, stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate, and all the flashy trappings that come with it. And yes, those elements do play a role. But what if I revealed that the true battle for wealth is fought and won within your mind long before it manifests in the external world? The reality is, your brain is either quietly generating opportunities for prosperity or subtly undermining your future, often without you even realizing it. Over the next several minutes, we're going to explore 10 essential psychological principles you need to embed into your mindset if you aspire to construct genuine, enduring wealth, a complete mental overhaul. This won't be filled with fluffy motivational platitudes or vague believe-in-yourself rhetoric. Instead, we're diving into precise, actionable brain code designed to unlock financial success. So, brace yourself, because the first rule is about to hit you with the force of a bank account drained after a wild Vegas weekend. Rule number 10, train your RES for wealth. Have you ever noticed that after buying a red car, suddenly every vehicle on the road seems to be red too? That's not some mystical phenomenon. That's your brain's reticular activating system, RES, at work. Think of it as your mind's built-in filtering mechanism. Once I break this down for you, it'll all click into place. If your RES is tuned to spot lack, debt, and fear, those are the experiences that will dominate your life. However, if you deliberately program your RES with wealth-focused inputs, books, meaningful conversations, enriching environments, and even videos like this one, your brain will start homing in on opportunities rather than dwelling on barriers. Millionaires don't just think differently. They filter their reality differently. You won't recognize wealth until your brain is trained to seek it out. Now that your mind is calibrated for wealth detection, let's install the next critical mental upgrade by eradicating a dangerous thought virus lurking in plain sight. Rule number 9, delete the employee mindset. Here's a stark truth. If you've been shaped by the traditional school job retirement cycle, you've been subtly programmed for financial struggle. The employee mindset revolves around exchanging time for money, following rules to the letter, shunning risk, and waiting for someone else's approval. You were born with boundless potential, but society handed you a pre-drawn blueprint. Attend school, earn good grades, secure a job, avoid rocking the boat, retire at 65, and hope. Fingers crossed, you don't resent your existence. That's not a roadmap to success. It's a gradual financial decline measured in paychecks. The employee mindset conditions you to trade hours for dollars, obey without question, steer clear of risk, and cling to the illusion of security. But here's the kicker. Security has become the new form of bondage. You're not compensated based on your true value. You're paid just enough to keep you from walking away. As I mentioned in our previous video, millionaires aren't averse to hard work. They're allergic to limitations. They understand time is finite, so they prioritize leverage, equity, and scalability. Picture it this way. Employees rent out their time, while entrepreneurs construct a money-making machine that operates even as they sleep. If you're perpetually punching a clock to earn a living, you're trapped in someone else's wealth strategy. Take this real-life example. One acquaintance worked 70 hours a week at a traditional job, while another invested 10 hours a week building a Shopify store. Care to guess who earned more in 6 months? Hint, it was the one who didn't need a lunch break. Yet, even bosses can remain broke unless they master the next rule, which, though not glamorous, distinguishes rich minds from rich pretenders. Rule number 8, think in systems, not tasks. Let me share a concept I want you to carry with you forever. Millionaires don't handle every detail themselves. They design systems that handle everything for them. If you're still boasting about how swamped you are, congratulations. You've been conditioned by a flawed narrative. Millionaires don't celebrate effort, they celebrate outcomes, especially those that unfold without their constant involvement. That's the essence of building a system, a series of repeatable actions that deliver consistent results. A system doesn't tire, complain, or require motivation. It simply performs. Consider this analogy. Most people approach life like a frantic game of whack-a-mole, chasing emails, deadlines, errands, and meetings while losing sight of the bigger picture. What if you didn't have to be the one doing the heavy lifting? For instance, a digital marketer used to craft every Facebook ad by hand. Then, he developed templates, hired a virtual assistant, and set up automated reports. That system now runs his $40,000 a month agency while he works just 6 hours a week. The logic is straightforward. If you aim to be rich, build systems that outpace your personal effort. If your income hinges on your daily presence, you don't have freedom, you have an elaborate job. This idea is rich with depth, and we'll explore it further in upcoming videos from the Stealth Wealth Mindset series. For now, with your mind shifting towards system building, let's enhance your mental framework with one of the most overlooked wealth catalysts. Rule number 7. Fall in love with long-term boredom. This is golden advice I urge you to etch into your memory for life. Here's the unvarnished truth. Accumulating wealth is astonishingly dull. That's right. No test-driving Lamborghinis, no champagne toasts at lavish parties. It's about showing up daily, stacking modest victories, and letting compound interest work its quiet magic like a financial ninja in the shadows. The brain, however, craves novelty. It thrives on TikTok dopamine hits and last-minute crypto surges. Yet, millionaires amass fortunes by repeating the same unglamorous tasks over and over. Investing, creating value, refining systems, and waiting patiently. Jeff Bezos built Amazon by fixating on a single core principle: customer convenience, not by juggling 1,000 ideas or pivoting daily, but through one steadfast, monotonous commitment that spanned decades. You don't need thrills, you need consistency. Wealth is forged in silence while others chase fleeting excitement. Take Warren Buffett, who spends 80% of his day reading, not tracking trends, but compounding knowledge. You don't become one of the world's richest individuals by chasing hype. You do it by letting time and deliberate, mundane decisions collaborate like lifelong allies. I must pause here to emphasize something critical. Most viewers will watch this and fail to apply a single principle, not just here, but across our channel's step-by-step guides to financial freedom. Please subscribe and join the channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos. Now, let's train your brain to embrace a discomfort that every millionaire masters routinely. Rule number 6. Normalize big numbers. If your brain recoils at the sight of $1,000, it will freeze at $100,000 and completely overload at $1 million. Wealth begins with your money thermostat, the subconscious comfort zone for large figures. Most people are anchored in a broke mindset because they never train their minds to handle substantial sums. Millionaires immerse themselves in big numbers until they feel routine. They watch Shark Tank, browse $5 million properties for leisure, and study venture capital deals, not to brag, but to desensitize their brains to wealth. Want to rewire your mind for millions? Spend a week exploring content from people who operate in millions. Suddenly, your $50,000 job will seem less impressive. If $10,000 feels daunting, your brain will panic when faced with $100,000. Consider this. A startup founder I know maintains a spreadsheet called Play Money Scenarios. He visualizes having $10 million, $50 million, $100 million, and plans his moves accordingly. That exercise didn't just prepare him mentally. It empowered him to pitch investors and grow his company to a $12 million valuation. We've tackled numbers. Now let's address the most self-destructive thought pattern keeping 99% of people broke. Rule number 5. Stop thinking you need to deserve it. Let me drop a truth bomb. You don't get rich by being good. You get rich by being valuable. Too many confuse morality with money, believing deep down that wealth must be earned through struggle, virtue, or hardship. This might sting, but it needs to be said. Money doesn't care about your work ethic. You could be the most ethical, loyal, dedicated worker on the planet and still end up broke. Why? Because money doesn't flow to the most deserving. It flows to those who create the most value. The middle class is caught in a morality trap, equating struggle with virtue and suffering with financial reward. Meanwhile, the rich are solving problems, constructing systems, and delivering value on a grand scale. You don't need to earn money's approval. You need to attract it strategically. Money isn't a prize for good behavior. It's a result of solving problems at scale. Instead of wondering, am I worthy of wealth? Ask, how can I provide more value in less time to more people? For example, A single mom developed a digital budgeting tool for busy parents. She wasn't an expert, but she addressed a need and earned $40,000 in 3 months. Not because she deserved it, but because she was useful. Speaking of strategy, the next rule is how the rich manipulate time to build empires while others are too distracted to notice. Rule number 4, leverage other people's brains, time, and money. If you're aiming to become a millionaire by doing it all solo, you're not building wealth, you're courting burnout. Wealthy individuals master leverage, and I'll illustrate this with real examples, so bear with me. Rich people don't ask, "How can I do this?" They ask, "Who can do this for me?" Or what system can handle this instead? That's how they amplify their output without amplifying their exhaustion. There are 3 types of leverage to master. OPM, other people's money. Think investors, business loans, smart debt. OPT, other people's time. Delegation, outsourcing, hiring talented individuals. OPB, other people's brains. Mentors, partners, advisors, communities. The broke mindset says, "I'll figure it out alone." The rich mindset asks, "Who's already solved this, and how can I tap into their expertise?" For instance, a friend built a 7-figure coaching program, but only focuses on content creation. He outsourced marketing, sales, and operations to others. He's not the machine, he built the machine. You don't construct empires by doing more, you do it by multiplying your impact. Let's turn the focus inward now, because even with brilliance, this next mental habit can silently drain your millions before they accumulate. Rule number 3, watch your inner narrator. This is where things get intense. Everyone has that internal voice, but the problem is, most let it criticize their own future. Thoughts like, "I'm terrible with money, I could never afford that," or "that's for people born rich," become towering obstacles. Millionaires understand that your brain listens to what you repeat. Here's the reality. You're talking to yourself all day. The only question is, what nonsense are you feeding yourself? "I'm not good with money. I'll probably mess this up. I'm not cut out to be rich." That inner dialogue isn't just chatter, it's programming. And your brain obeys it faithfully. Millionaires guard their self-talk like it's a billion-dollar startup, because it is. They reframe everything. Instead of "this is too expensive," they ask, "How can I make this work?" Instead of "I can't," they ponder, "How would a wealthy version of me handle this?" Take a woman who began each morning writing, "I attract money with ease." It felt absurd at first, but a year later, she was earning 6 figures as a freelancer, crediting that affirmation with reshaping her decisions, confidence, and pricing. Your inner voice is either constructing your future or demolishing it. Choose wisely. With your self-talk aligned, it's time to fuel your mind with the highest yield asset on earth. And no, it's not cryptocurrency. Rule number 2, read, listen, absorb. Let's get serious for a moment. A defining trait of the ultra-wealthy is their relentless pursuit of learning. If your brain is your most valuable asset, then education is your most potent investment. The average CEO reads 60 books annually, while the average broke person binges Netflix or scrolls Twitter endlessly. Understand this clearly. The wealthy don't read to feel clever. They read to uncover insights, recognize patterns, and gain an edge. Books distill a decade of someone else's wisdom into 6 hours. Podcasts deliver billion-dollar strategies straight to your AirPods for free. Courses, masterminds, and mentors are cheat codes, and it's not about quantity. It's about applying what you absorb. One powerful idea, executed aggressively, can transform your net worth. For example, a man read The Millionaire Fastlane and realized he'd been chasing the wrong kind of wealth. He pivoted, launched an online SaaS product, and hit $2 million in annual recurring revenue in under 3 years. Most scroll for amusement. The wealthy scroll for growth. Now, for the final rule, the mental shift that transforms your brain from striving to be rich to already thinking like it is. Rule number 1, identify as a wealth creator. This is the most potent programming rule of all. Your brain operates according to your identity. If you see yourself as someone trying to make money, you'll always feel like you're scrambling. But when you redefine your identity as "I am a wealth creator," your brain seeks evidence to support that belief. You'll start noticing opportunities, approaching risks with confidence, and investing, creating, and scaling with clarity, not confusion. Declare it now. I am a wealth creator. I don't chase money. I build value, and money follows. The richest asset you can possess is the conviction that you were destined for wealth. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already ahead of 99% of people still watching cat videos. Remember, your brain is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Program it with wealth-building thoughts, and you'll eventually craft a wealthy life. Your next step, comment "Future Millionaire" to show you were engaged. Share this with someone whose mind could use a $1 million upgrade. For a deeper dive, adopt the stealth wealth mindset. Check out our 10 habits for building riches unnoticed, broken down step by step in the video linked on screen. Click now, and we'll see you there.